So everything is going digital. People are clearly expressing a preference for it.
Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. Massive video breakdown for you all, a continuation of the previous video breakdown where I went on to try and explain to you all that a new payment infrastructure is being created behind the scenes, trying to give you guys, proof in the pudding, actually pulling up factual information and showing you guys these panel discussions where they are literally telling you that this is happening behind the scenes. However, again, due to the algorithm and due to individuals not really knowing what's going on behind the scenes, these videos honestly get like no more than 100 to maybe 1,000 views each, okay? So with that being said, I would really appreciate the love and the support if you all would smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that once we reach 1,000 subscribers on Rumble, we're going to be doing a $100 giveaway. Once we reach 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're also going to be doing a giveaway. So make sure that you're following us on both platforms. So let's jump into today's video breakdown, fundamentals to go over. I also have some video clips from this here panel discussion that just streamed about 5 hours ago. And as you all can see, 93 freaking views on this. This is absolutely important and crucial to the new financial infrastructure that is being built behind the scenes. Now, I've been attempting before we get into today's video breakdown to explain to people that this digital evolution is not going to happen until there is a massive demand for digital payments that picks up, and at the same time, regulatory clarity gets put in place. Now, all of those things are coming, whether it's a shock to the system that creates a demand for digital payments like we saw back in the COVID-19 era, okay, or whether it's just a gradual, slow transformation that takes place. However, we need to see the demand pick up and at the same time, regulatory infrastructure to be put in place. And that's exactly what we're seeing and exactly what we're going to go over in today's video breakdown. So in this Hyperledger Foundation panel discussion, keep in mind both Hedera Hashgraph and Ripple are part of the Hyperledger Foundation. We've discussed that. We have Daniela Barbosa, who we also discussed, right? The managing director of the Linux Foundation, leading this panel discussion. Massive connections in today's video breakdown. We have individuals from the European Blockchain Association, the Digital Pound Foundation, the Digital Euro Association, Jesus Ruiz from Alastria, Maxine Lem from the EBSI. Pay attention to that. We're going to get into that today. So massive video breakdown for you all today. Sit back, relax, and pay attention to the verse video clip that I have where they go on to explain this new payment landscape, this demand for digital payments, and this new infrastructure that's being built. Actually, as a matter of fact, before I play the video clips for you all, just to show you all the previous document that we had from the EBA, okay? The European Blockchain Association, we can see here. It says, as noted, a digital euro, let me zoom in for you all so you can see, again, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just an influencer, a mentor, a physical day trader in this market that's trying to wake people up so you all can really see the light. Again, showing you all proof is in the pudding. Not a lot of people know that this is happening. Friggin' 93 views, right? You go over to TikTok and see somebody doing your favorite trendy dance, that thing's going to have like 10 million freaking views. It's nuts what's happening, okay? So it says right here, as noted, digital euro would likely be introduced through a gradual migration. There's confirmation that this is going to take time, during which legacy infrastructure is running parallel to the new infrastructure, okay? Parts of various legacy infrastructures would be adapted and updated to different times according to commercial and regulatory needs. Carefully designing bridge technologies could help facilitate smooth implementation and adoption of this technology. And it goes on to mention bridge technologies. It explains up here that XRP, it says right here, XRP cryptocurrency is expected to act as a bridge currency, right? So it literally tells you right there, proof in the pudding, that XRP plays a major role in this. Again, just showing you all the connections. Sit back, relax, and enjoy these two video clips.
Digital payment have virtually tripled during that same period of time. So everything is going digital. People are clearly expressing a preference for it. And there is no reason why we, as a central bank, should not be exploring also the reason why digital cash can be of good use.
Blockchain in the payments landscape, and what are the things specific to blockchain, the technology of blockchain, that you believe is going to be part of the success stories of this new form of digital money that we're all working towards?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think, it's fascinating, and actually all I see is opportunity, really, and the more time that we spend through the Digital Pound Foundation looking at use cases and what these new forms of digital money can achieve within the payment landscape, the more, it becomes more and more difficult to actually think, is there any other way to go other than to be looking at these new forms of digital money? Of course, cryptocurrencies have shown us that there is the demand for new forms of money. And when you look at the existing payment architectures, in the UK, for example, what we have here is kind of a legacy infrastructure that isn't necessarily well designed and well suited for the digital world as we know it today. And when you look at cryptocurrencies and kind of their underlying blockchain DLT architecture and the benefits that can be realized from that in terms of efficiencies, financial inclusion, and programmability as well, I'll come to that shortly. It really does strike me that now is the time to be looking at a different way of doing things.
What we have seen throughout the euro area and in Europe in general is a dwindling use of cash. And this has been certainly accelerated by COVID. It has been tempered a bit during the terrible invasion of Russia against Ukraine, because there was suddenly a little appetite for cash yet again. But the general trend is less use of cash and more use of digital payments. The numbers are very clear.
Alrighty, so that was Christine Lagarde and Claire Conby from the Digital Pound Foundation. Now, again, pay attention to what they both said. A new payment landscape being built, this legacy infrastructure running parallel to the new payment infrastructure, and a demand for digital payments, and that everything is becoming digital. I cannot stress enough to do your research. We are at the forefront of a freaking massive breakthrough, and people are sleeping on this. This is going to be bigger than the internet and cell phones combined, and people are not paying attention. They're sleeping on this information. They're paying attention to the distractions that the mainstream media is putting out, pumping out to individuals. I've told people in the past that the price of utility-driven crypto assets, such as those used for digital payments, again, you're going to have to do research on what those cryptocurrency assets are, is very likely to increase when demand for digital payments increases. All right. Why? Because more people turning to digital payment methods for convenience and security. Obviously, of course, supply-demand factors, the demand for these crypto assets will most likely rise, right? That's, again, my personal opinion. Do your research. I've had multiple panel discussion video breakdowns from these central bankers, from these high-end entities, literally explain to you word for word what it is that I'm trying to say. Maybe they have a better time explaining that to you. So now we're going to get into this gentleman right here, Conrad Kraft from the Digital Euro Association, go on to further discuss offline payments. So take a second and listen to this gentleman right here just to confirm that they are creating an infrastructure that allows for offline payments via peer-to-peer transactions.
So the ECB, they're also having a look at privacy, or very high levels of privacy for peer-to-peer payments, for offline peer-to-peer payments rather, where, for instance, you'd be able to pay digitally, where you have to be in close proximity. The payer and payee both have to be in close proximity, and there will also be transaction values that are quite minimal. Again, the risk is quite low here, but I mean, this is another value add of CBDCs, for instance, the ability to have digital offline private payments, which is currently not something that is widely available, at least to my knowledge.
Alrighty, so something I want you all to, again, pay attention to. We remember from the beginning of this year, IDEMIA, I hope that I'm not pronouncing that incorrectly, but you go to their website, okay, just to show you all, a rapid evolution of payment methods in the new normal. This is recent. Now it says right here, taking a look back at 2020, it is clear it will be one of those years that creates a before and after. The payment methods we use on a daily basis are no exception. Our new habits will usher in a new normal for payments, right? Again, wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Things are transitioning. It says right here, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the shift from cash to card. This is not a conspiracy theory anymore. Wake up, the information is out there. That is a fact, okay? That is 110% a fact. You have Christine Lagarde literally sitting on a panel discussion with the Bank for International Settlements telling you this, okay? Now, you also have a company that's focused on offline payments telling you this, right? It says right here, contactless payments also increased sharply in 2020, okay? This is not a conspiracy theory anymore. This is a fact. People just think it's a conspiracy theory because it is very scientific-like, right? Now, let's go over here to the Digital Euro Association Twitter, and we see right here, Bit Global and IDEMIA Group are pleased to have won the 2020 G20 Tech Sprint Global CBDC competition. Bit and IDEMIA joined forces to bring together Bit's digital currency management system and IDEMIA's secure solution for offline CBDC payments. Now, why am I even reading IDEMIA Group to you all? Okay, this is very interesting. Again, they won that tech sprint from the BIS, right? We know that Christine Lagarde was just on the BIS panel discussion, letting you all know that everything's going digital. We have the other panel discussion from the Hyperledger, whom Hbar is a part of, right? Conrad Kraft letting you know from the Digital Euro Association that offline payments are happening, okay? And we see the Digital Euro Association right here in collaboration with IDEMIA Group, okay? Well, who else is in collaboration with IDEMIA Group? Hbar, right? You guys see the freaking massive web that's being created. Hbar is part of who? The Hyperledger Foundation, Conrad Kraft, having a panel discussion with the Hyperledger Foundation from the Digital Euro Association, IDEMIA Group, Hbar. You guys getting the picture, okay? I don't know how else to freaking sugarcoat this to get people to see the connections. Hopefully I'm doing a good freaking job, right? Smash that thumbs up button if you think I am. Subscribe to the channel if you think I am as well. Hbar is proud to partner with IDEMIA Group on their mission to provide secure, customizable, and accessible solutions to central banks exploring CBDCs, unlocking the potential of connected Web3 economies. And it goes on to talk about IDEMIA, secure offline CBDC payments, right? We also see on the Hbar Foundation website, IDEMIA Group listed right there, okay? Now, last but not least, I have this very last video clip for you all. We have Jesus Ruiz and Maxine Lem from the EBSI. And they go on to mention this payment infrastructure, how the old one was built back in the early 1900s, and how this new payment infrastructure is being built. And it goes on to mention the EBSI. Now, real fast, before I play that video clip for you all, I just want to take your attention to this document that came out December 5th, 2018. This is a couple years ago, okay? This has been going on for years now, okay? And now, because of meme coin hype and all this crap that's going on in the crypto regulation space and all these news fundamentals and articles, people are getting shaked out left and right. But I'm telling you all right now, again, utility-driven crypto assets that are focused on payments, offline payments, digital identities, tokenization of assets. It's okay. There's so many little tiny niches that you could focus on, but I'm telling you guys right now, do your research on utility-driven assets and have a long-term perspective. I'll leave you guys with this fundamental right here and one last video breakdown. So Ripple, NEM, and two others launched Blockchain for Europe Association. 4 major blockchain companies have formed a Blockchain for Europe Association in a bid to promote the understanding and proactive regulation of blockchain across the continent. It says right here, 4 major blockchain companies have formed the Blockchain for Europe Association. Come down here and it goes on to talk about, it says right here, the partnership has declared its aim as being the establishment of a European blockchain services infrastructure. There goes that EBSI acronym for you all. EBSI, European Blockchain Service Infrastructure, that will support the delivery of cross-border digital public services with the highest standards of security and privacy. This is again from 2018. Who was a part of this? Ripple, right? And now we see Hyperledger Foundation, who's a part of that, Ripple, right? Having a panel discussion with members of the EBSI, Maxine Lem, and Jesus Ruiz talking about the EBSI. Here's that video clip. Again, ladies and gentlemen, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe. Don't forget about the giveaways, not only on the Rumble page once we reach 1,000 subs, but also on the YouTube once we reach 15K subs. Many blessings to you all. Do your own personal research, sit back, relax, and enjoy this last video clip of them discussing and talking about this new payment infrastructure that is being built. I will see you all in the next video breakdown.
In order to explain what I'm doing right now, okay, I would say that in 1985, I started collaborating with many other people in building the retail banking infrastructure, which was needed. Remember, no internet at that time. And retail banking for all the devices in contact with the customers. And then, of course, all the payments, the payment infrastructure of the world, because I was in IBM, by the way, okay? And then those things needed some things which were critical. One is infrastructure, actually communication networks and how to exchange information between the different entities, and of course, identity. Now, I'm doing the same, basically. But now, this is the next step of the infrastructure. So in Alastria, when we started because we thought blockchain will change the world, but we were missing an infrastructure with some properties, okay, which is the public permission model, something like the public data networks. Then you had Ethereum and other networks, which are very good for some use cases and very bad for some other use cases. So for the real economy, we needed a different type of infrastructure. So we were focusing on the infrastructure and then, of course, on the identity. So we started in 1917 before EPSI was created, but then incredibly, well, unfortunately, the European Commission started this initiative, and then, well, EPSI is the let's say the framework. This is the something that doesn't exist anywhere in the world.